In this video, I'm going to be talking through the best mortgage rates in the UK right now, but also giving you an understanding of what's happening with mortgage rates. Now, I'm going to be going through an article on the Main to the Message website to show you the best rates. We update that twice a week, so make sure you bookmark that article. You can find a link to it in the notes of this video, so go through, bookmark it, and you can check it at your own leisure. Now, the important thing to say is that mortgage rates are going down, so that is good news. Now I'm going to jump straight across to that article on the Main to the Message website. You can see it here, the best mortgage rates in the UK right now. Now we break it down by fixed rates and variable rates, so concentrating on the 2-year fixes at the moment. Now the best 2-year fix you can get for a 60% loan to value is 3.87%. We have seen it dip a little bit lower to 3.79%, but that is marginally lower than what we've seen in recent months. So go back 2 months when I last did an update. The rate for a 2-year fix for a 60% loan to value was 3.95%. So we are definitely traveling in the right direction if you own a home. So the 60% loan to value with the Halifax 3.87% is the best rate at the moment. 80% loan to value, you're looking at 4.14%. That compares to 4.35% we had 2 months ago. Looking at 90% loan to value, the best rate you've got now is 4.44% with HSBC. That compares to 4.67% 2 months ago. So again, the biggest falls we're seeing are on the higher loan to value mortgages on these 2-year fixes. So that's good news for people who are first time buyers, for example, or have high loan to values who might be remortgaging. Now, looking at the 5-year fix for an 80% LTV, that's HSBC, you get 4.14%. That compares to 4.23% just a couple of months ago. So the fall on that 80% LTV for a 5-year fix is lower than what we saw for the equivalent on the 2-year fix. And the 90% LTV that we've got there, HSBC is offering 4.29%. That compares to 4.46% just a couple of months ago. And what that really is showing you is that the market is cutting rates at the shorter end. So they think that the Bank of England base rate, which is one of the biggest influencers on mortgage rates, that is predicted to fall to 3.5% by the early part of 2026. So that's starting to influence mortgage rates. They're expecting the Bank of England base rate to be cut 2 to 3 times this year. So mortgage rates have started to fall in tandem. But the market is predicting that the Bank of England base rate will probably rise again towards 3.8%, maybe even 4% in 5 years' time. So that is being reflected, that higher rates are being reflected in the 5-year fixes that we're seeing. So the best deals we've got at the moment are on those 2-year fixes. Moving on to 10-year fixes, you can see on screen there is a market for them, but they're not particularly popular. Across the board, with its 2-year, 5-year or 10-year fixes, the lender fees are around about £1,000. Do watch out for the rates that are very low, headline grabbing, that you see that might top these best buy tables for a short period of time. Some of those are coming in with lender fees of like £1,500 or even £2,000, which is a lot. Jumping down to the variable rate, so tracker rates. So they are coming down as you'd expect, as the Bank of England base rate has been cut recently. So the Halifax is the best 2-year fixed tracker at the moment. 60% LTV, you get 4.36%. Bear in mind that the Bank of England base rate at the moment is 4.25% as I make this video. It is predicted to fall through the summer, but we'll have to wait to see if that materialises. That does depend very much on what goes on with the economy and in particular inflation. If you're looking for a 5-year tracker, then you've got the 4.85% you can see on screen there. We've got the first time buyer mortgages, which we look at in focus on screen, 4.65% for the 2-year fixes. They're the higher LTVs. And we also do look at the buy-to-let mortgage market, which I'll leave on screen. I'm not going to dwell on that because you can look at that at your own leisure. So that's a roundup of the best mortgage rates at the moment in the market. They are falling and it's changing a lot. We update the tables twice a week, but the tables and the best rates are changing a lot. So do make sure you keep an eye on what's going on, especially if you're looking to remortgage in the next 6 months, because you may get to a point where you need to lock into a rate early because rates start to go up again. We don't know that's going to happen, but we have to wait and see what happens with inflation and the Bank of England base rate. So if you found this video useful, hit that like button, but also subscribe to the channel.